Fair Rent, the Fair Rent Commission of February the 4th at 7:33 to order. Um, our first item on the agenda is roll call. And let's see, Jay Hans, Commissioner Guest, uh, Commissioner Oliver, Commissioner Penn Williams, Commissioner Santiago, Commissioner Johnny May Weldon. I thought I saw Commissioner, I did say guest.
Miss Constant just showed up. Looney's Constant.
Okay, Vice Chair Constant. And all I see.
Hello, everyone.
Good
Okay.
evening.
And we have our attorney, Russell Liskov, and Fair Rent Coordinator, Carlos Duque. All right. Our next item on the agenda, I'm going to be fumbling through this, so bear with me.
If you want me to open up the agenda and share the screen, I could do so.
I think that would be very helpful because I'm having a little difficulty doing that. Is it there?
I'm pulling it up right now.
Let me see what I've got here.
Okay, let's see now. Share screen. Let me know if everybody can see it.
Yep.
Yeah, I can see the beginning of it anyway. Got to pull down a little bit, Carlos. There you go. There you go. Now we can see the call to order roll call.
Yep.
Okay, and now I will accept a motion for the acceptance of the minutes of the meeting of January 7th, 2026.
You gonna be able to put the minutes up, Carlos, for everybody, or no?
Yes, I'm scrolling down.
Oh, there we go. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay.
Okay. Are there any corrections on page 1?
Need to fix
Yes, I have.
the way the typing is.
Go back to the top where attendees, we have,
Right, that's what I'm talking about.
excuse me?
That's what I was talking about, the way the names are all spread out.
Yeah, that's kind of different and hard to read. But for Fran Collier Clemens, that should include in parentheses vice chair. Okay, could you scroll down a little bit more? Okay, anybody have any more corrections on page 1? Page 2? On page 2, under 1862-25, Mr. Hanson Guest is not underscored or hyphenated. His first middle name is Hanson and his last name is Guest. And remove that hyphen in all instances through the minutes. All right. Are there any others? Page 3. On page 3, instead of Ms. J. Hanson, guess that's Mr. our Commissioner J. Hanson Guest.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, page 4. Someone has somebody talking in the background. Could you mute yourself, please? Okay, are there any other corrections? We're on the last page 4. Okay, I will entertain a motion for for acceptance, corrections.
Move that the minutes be accepted with corrections, as noted.
Okay, that's Commissioner Guest,
Johnny Weldon, second.
Weldon, second. Moved and second to accept the minutes with the necessary corrections. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Ayes, noes? Ayes have it, and it passes. All right, our next item on the agenda is public participation. Is there anyone from the public wishing to speak on any items that's on the agenda tonight?
I just want to add that Commissioner Halliday was online and then he dropped off. And we do have one guest, which I will allow them to talk right now.
Okay, they have 3 minutes. Go ahead, please.
Hi, nothing to say. I'm just a Norwalk resident and a social work student, so for class I'm observing a community meeting. Just happy to be here. Nothing to add to any, motions or anything. Thank you.
Your name, please.
My name is Tamar Friedman.
Tamara Friedman. Well, thank you so much for being on. Okay, that closes public participation. And our next item on the agenda, could you put that up on the screen, Carlos, please? Okay, our reports. The chair's report. Good evening, commissioners and staff. Thank you for your attendance at this evening's February Fair Rent Commission meeting. This is my inaugural meeting as chair, and I extend my sincere gratitude to each of you for electing me to this distinguished position. I also applaud the service of our former chair, John Church, for his excellent leadership during his tenure. We are thankful that he will still be serving as a Sage Commissioner. While this was not a role I actively pursued, I readily accept the responsibilities associated with it. With your valuable insights, incisive inquiries, esteemed wisdom, unwavering commitment to fairness, and the support of our capable and competent staff, we will continue to deliberate and render decisions to the best of our abilities in adherence to state and city charter regulations. An email inquiry regarding a citizen fair rent claim was forwarded to me from former Chair Church. It was seeking clarification on our processes and procedures. A response has been provided through contact by Human Services Director Ms. Keenan McMahon and staff, and the clarity issue has been resolved. In addition to our current and new cases, a key priority will be addressing the mayor's appointments to fill the commission's vacancies and transitioning alternate members to regular status in accordance with the city charter. With that, let us commence our work. Sincerely, Chair Friend.
Commissioner Halliday joining the meeting.
It is 7:43, and Commissioner Peter Halliday has joined the meeting.
Thank you. I couldn't get in before. Okay, thank you.
Okay. Thanks, Peter. All right, we will next have the coordinators report.
Thank you very much. Good evening, everyone. So for the coordinators report, over the last 30 days, I'm able to assist 41 families. I've had 41 inquiries. Most of those have been multiple, same family coming back over and over again. A lot of the inquiries have been due to heat, due to the weather. It's been very cold, so we have had some issues with families not having hot water, hot heat. So I worked with the Norwalk Department of Health, the housing inspectors, and they've been very, very efficient handling a lot of those complaints. Nothing has been escalated up to Housing Corps, so that's been very positive. Additionally, I believe it was about 10 days ago, a local property in Norwalk suffered a major pipe burst, and a few of the families in that property were relocated. Obviously, they were relocated to a hotel, and a lot of them have been out of their apartment for now close to 10 days. So they've had a lot of conversations with the city, emergency management, the health department, and a lot of them have reached out to me regarding their rights. And I've explained what their options are. The property management company did let them know that if they wanted to break their lease and move out, that would be without any penalty. That was an option for them. So I've been working with a few of those families about how to navigate the process of being able to move out, request a security deposit, what their rights and responsibilities are from the landlord as well as their tenants. Yesterday, the Connecticut Fair Rent Commission Network, we met virtually.
Hey, Carlos, I have
Yes.
a question about Homestead or whatever.
Yes.
Okay, Carlos. Brenda, can you hold your question until he finishes the report?
She muted herself.
Yeah, she muted herself. Okay.
Okay.
So yesterday, the Fair Rent Commission Network of Connecticut, we met virtually. The Department of Housing provided some updates. The Partnership for Strong Communities provided a few updates as well. Sarah White, who is one of the legal advisors for the Fair Rent Commission Network, answered a few questions. And we ended the meeting with an introduction of the amicus brief. An amicus brief is a legal document that an individual or organizations submit to the court because they have an interest in a pending case. So a little bit of background. One of the Fair Rent Commissions in the state of Connecticut received a case. They heard it. And while they heard the case and they were trying to work with the tenant and the landlord went ahead and started an eviction process. So there was a little bit of back and forth, and this was pushed through the court system and is now heading up to the Connecticut Supreme Court. So New Haven reached out to all the different commissions in the state and asked that if the commissions have an interest in this case, to submit a document which is called the amicus brief. So Russell can correct me if I'm wrong. So this was submitted to myself. I brought it up the chain of command to my supervisor, and it needs to be submitted by the 9th of February by Corporation Counsel. So if anybody's interested in this actual case, the Supreme Court case number is 21184. S as in Sierra Charlie 21184. You can look at it, you can read into it, you can find out what exactly is happening in that case. And those are all my updates for today. Thank you.
Commissioner Penn Williams, you had a question of the coordinator.
I did. I do have a question. A couple families reached out to me there at the Even Hotel. They don't have money to buy food, and they were asking too, how come the Red Cross wasn't called, because the Red Cross will help them with the food, and why haven't they gotten food? And why do they have to go through their insurance company when it was the fault of the building management? So what I've done, I called Lamont yesterday. He told me to call Ken. Ken sent them to the shelter, which I would not have gone to the shelter to eat. I'm telling you now. If I lived over there, I would be very pissed off for you to send me to the shelter to eat. Okay? And then Red Cross would have given them, I'm hearing, they would have given them some type of voucher or card to help these folks eat. It's not their fault that they're in this situation. Okay? It's not their fault. The lady that I spoke to, she said a month ago, that pipe was dripping in front of her house, in front of her apartment. And they had a garbage can there. And she said the water kept coming and coming and coming. And they did absolutely nothing about it until it broke the same day as we had the storm. Wow. And they are not treating those people right that are in the Even Hotel. And this woman has kids. So tonight I sent her to Shiloh Baptist Church to get they're giving out food. So I told her to go over there. And First Congregational Church on the Green will be giving out food on Friday. And I told her I'm gonna still try to find resources. But that's not right. You know, I pay my rent every month. And then now I'm faced with something like this, a crisis like this, and nobody's really helping them. And Carlos, how come the Red Cross wasn't called in? And this is what Lamont told me, because it wasn't a disaster. That's not a disaster. That's
the same answer I received.
I lost my whole apartment, the contents in my apartment, the water main broke. They had to 240 people they had to evacuate. That's not a disaster, but then I don't know what is a disaster, and I think it's terrible. I do. I think it's terrible.
I know conversations are being held between the health department, between the fire department, emergency management, the mayor's office, and as well as our community service department. I know they try to engage alliance person to person, but you're right. When I asked the question about the Red Cross, they told me, well, it wasn't an emergency such as a fire.
It's like a fire. Yeah. It's water instead of fire. And these people are out here in these hotels. They were first saying that they were gonna go back to their apartments February 9th. Now I heard it's February 22nd. They can't even cook in this hotel. That's not fair. That is really not fair. And I'm really gonna blast the city. I'm thinking of trying to put something together. And I'm doing this because I was contacted. If I wasn't contacted, I wouldn't have a problem. But I'm thinking about blasting the city on Facebook. I'm letting you know, because I think they've done a terrible job with these people. Especially if the woman's husband died, she has 5 kids and she has no money to feed her kids.
Well, that's what. So there's kids involved. So kids are going hungry. Brenda?
If you don't have money to feed your kids, then you tell me.
I'm asking you a question. I just
told you I sent her to Shiloh Baptist Church tonight. When she talked to Ken yesterday, Ken told her to go to the shelter and get some food. That's unacceptable.
That's definitely acceptable.
They pay all that rent over there, $4,000 and up. And that's unacceptable. And the city ought to be ashamed.
And I know Keenan was trying to jump on the call. She's having issues. She doesn't have the link. I'm not sure why.
Can you send her the link, Carlos?
Yes, I actually sent it 3 times, and I'm gonna see if I can send her my link. To see if she can join us so she could provide an update, because I know she's been in all those meetings.
Did they put up all those displaced people at the Even Hotel or other hotels?
I think they had them at other hotels, but
Okay.
the last few people are at the Even Hotel, where you can't even cook food. You have to eat out every night. And if you don't have money, then what you gonna do? And so, like I said, I talked to Ken yesterday. She called the family, and the girl told me, the family I'm talking about, she said Ken told her to go to the shelter to get food.
That's ridiculous.
That's
That's
insensitive.
ridiculous.
Yeah, that's insensitive and
Unacceptable.
almost cruel.
Yes.
I know the question was brought up, and obviously not everybody can afford it, but for those who could afford it, I did tell them, make sure you save all your receipts so you could get a refund, or you could get a discount on next month's rent. But for those who don't have the funds, yes, it is very difficult for them, and I don't have an answer to that question.
Well, somebody has to have an answer to the question.
Right.
I understand what you're saying, but somebody has to have an
be-
answer.
If they're supposed to be reimbursed for this monies, there's no one that the city can make arrangements with to feed these people until they're back in their place, and then they get their reimbursements. I mean, there's got to be something that can be done.
Lamont said the only thing that the city can do is pay for the hotel stay. That's it.
Wow.
That's what he told me. And I think it's awful. I really do. And you got 5 kids? That's terrible. Plus her, that's terrible. And the city ought to be shamed. He said they're gonna go after the Halstead for the money that they've paid out. But like sisters,
why can't they give them some money for food and go after them for all of that?
He told me they didn't have it.
You're right.
Yeah, right.
Well, I think I understand what Lamont is saying. So let me just, because I've worked in the city of Bridgeport with relocate. Typically, I think Norwalk would have a relocations benefit coordinator. And that relocation benefits coordinator knows the statutes backwards and forwards as to what tenants are entitled to for relocation benefits. And, there could be ordinances the city of Norwalk has passed, but hasn't passed. But typically the relocation benefits are about putting people up, and then they go back and they go and they submit the bill to the landlord, and the landlord has to repay the city. And if the landlord doesn't repay the city, they wind up having to lien the property, and they can bring a foreclosure against the landlord. So it's all about relocation benefits and what people are entitled to under the statutes for relocation benefits. I understand everyone's concern, but I also understand how Lamont is trying to probably go by what the statutes say the city can do for them.
But Russ, can you tell me the difference between fire and water?
Well, now you're talking about what the Red Cross does. That's a Red Cross issue. I don't really know what the Red Cross does for everybody. I mean, I will tell you, I only read about it or hear about it when I see a fire, and the Red Cross is on site to help with food and clothing and the other stuff for fire. But I don't know. I mean, maybe if you contact the Red Cross, ask them if they would help those people with water damage benefits, maybe the Red Cross would step up to the plate.
And I just want to mention that my supervisor Keenan McMahon, she just joined us, so maybe she has input on those conversations about the Halstead and providing food to those residents.
I mean, you're talking about kids. 5 kids?
Yes.
Is Keenan on the line?
Yes,
Yes, she's online.
Yeah. And this is Brenda. I spoke to you yesterday. I want to know, why did you send that family to the shelter to eat?
Actually, Commission Member Penn Williams, I think you may have spoken with one of our navigators. I did not speak with you directly, but so I can't speak to that. What I can do is what the information that we've been sharing, and I'll share it with Carlos so that he can share it with the commission also, is that we made arrangements with person to person in Darien, specifically for Halstead residents who were impacted and have been relocated for an extended period of time. And there's specific instructions and whatnot, and person to person is making, certain accommodations, special accommodations for people if they're not able to travel to them. They also understand people may be limited as far as access to being able to cook or prepare meals, so they're curating, specific foods for people. Typically, person to person's protocol is that, anyone can access their food pantry once a month. However, in this instance, we've made special provisions in these directions that if it's a resident who's been impacted by Halstead, they should mention to the person-to-person caseworker and say, I'm a Halstead resident, or that I'm on an extended relocation, and they'll adjust those protocols. So if they need to access food more frequently than the once a month, they could. So, and I'm sorry, I came in at the tail end. I heard something about Red Cross, so I don't know what that discussion or question was about, though.
That question was the difference between water and fire as a disaster.
And I can't answer this exactly. I know it's come up in conversations. I'm not sure why Red Cross distinguishes, certain events. It is my understanding when residents are displaced by fire, any fires, that they do come in and provide support. I don't know the distinction as far as why they do not in an instance like this where there is a water main break or water damage.
Well, Lamont said because it's not a disaster. That's what he told me.
By their definition, maybe. Okay.
That's a disaster if your whole apartment is flooded,
sure,
destroyed. Well, I don't know the difference between a fire and water. I don't.
No, that's a fair point. But that sounds like it is based on a specific definition that the Red Cross may have. But what I can do, again, separately, is I will send Carlos, again, the specific process and arrangement we've made with person to person for any impacted residents. And again, I know Carlos has been meeting with some residents too from the fair rent, questions, any issues related to that. And I know also that some residents have reached out to our family navigators and the community resource hub. And so, we're happy to help people any way that we can.
So do the people know who to call you or call your office?
So what I have provided, Chair, is, and we've been working, our department has been working in conjunction with the health department, and we've been working with the property management for the building also. And so we've provided, I know I've provided a few times the communications and the specific process. I've shared it with the property management company. Again, with our hub resources. So we've been trying to get the information out to the residents.
Okay.
So Ken, I'm sorry, y'all, but I have
Sure.
one of the residents on the phone, and she want to tell you exactly what person the person gave her. Go ahead, honey. Go ahead.
Wait. I think that she needs to talk directly to Keenan
okay.
and not
Okay.
on this public forum.
Yeah.
Okay.
And what I will do is, again, and I'm not sure if you have my contact information, but again, I will send that to Carlos to share with the commission members, and that way any particular resident, they'll have my contact information. Please encourage them to reach out to me. I'm happy to answer any questions, address any concerns, and assist them however our team can.
All right. So any commissioner, if anyone reaches out to you, we will have information tomorrow morning, tomorrow sometime, Keenan.
Chair, I'm actually going to, while on the meeting, I'm going to send the email with the information to Carlos.
Okay, very good.
Ken, is your number 203-854-7999?
It is, but what I would suggest, which is included.
But that's who I called yesterday. I thought I spoke to you. That's the number I called.
No, I recall hearing about a message that was left. I did not return that call. That would have been one of our navigators. But when I send the email with the information, it also includes my work cell phone number, which is typically the best number to reach me on.
Okay, so I spoke to a person. I thought it was you.
Mm-hmm.
And I gave them the residence number. So I don't know who it was, but I thought it was you. And I told Lamont I spoke to you. So anyway, I just want to say this. The resident just said that they gave them snacks. That was it, person to person. But I think, I don't know. I don't like what's going on here. We are human beings. We have a city. We live in a city. We pay taxes. We have to take care of our own. And that's not what's happening. This woman has 5 children. She doesn't have a husband. He passed away like 5 years ago. And she has not been treated well. And I think it's terrible. And I won't say anything else about this, but I think it's terrible. And I do not like the way the city is handling it.
Okay.
I will send that information to Carlos, and I'm happy to speak with anyone who reaches out with any questions or issues.
Okay. Each case is individual and has its own issues besides the first major issue that they are without a home and their belongings have been destroyed through water and no fault of their own. What we can do as Fair Rent Commission be a conduit to send these people in the right direction and follow up, not with them, but with the organizations that they are contacting to see if justice has been done for them. And we will get that information through our coordinator, and any commissioner who is called and asks for help or information or guidance, you will have access to those organizations. All right, now the next item on our agenda is, thank you, Keenan, for those insights. Thank you, Brenda, for those questions. And we will move on to our open cases for review and discussion and motions. And that will be Russell?
It will be. Carlos, you could put them up for us. Okay, everyone to see Russell Liskov, attorney for the Fair Rent Commission. The first case we have is 1862-25, 41 Wolf Pit Road, Wolf Pit Avenue, apartment 4K. This was the case that I think I'm the most proud of that I was able to resolve. Not only was I able to resolve it with the landlord and the tenant, but it also wrapped up 2 Superior Court cases in it for a judgment as well. So I would, they have filed their withdrawal of the complaint. It's been signed. I would recommend that we vote to close this case.
Motion to close case 1862-25.
Second.
Okay, it has been moved by Commissioner Oliver and seconded by Commissioner Halliday to close this case. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposers? Okay, ayes have it, and it passes. It is closed.
Okay. The next case is 1871-25, 10 Willard Road, apartment 206. The landlord wanted to increase rent from $2,318 a month to $2,434. The tenant actually moved out. I met her yesterday as I was leaving the building. Lovely lady. She turned in a signed withdrawal. So I would ask that you vote to close the case.
Motion to close the case.
Second.
That was the motion by Oliver, Commissioner Oliver, and second by Commissioner Guest. All in favor of closing case 1871, let it be known by aye.
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 Opposers? Okay, that passes. Next item.
The next case is 1875-25, 34 Bartlett Avenue, apartment 1. The landlord wants to increase the rent from $1,400 a month to $2,000 a month. I've actually negotiated this. The landlord has agreed to a new rent. The tenant has agreed to a new rent. We've left messages for the tenant. We've mailed the tenant. The tenant has not gotten back to us. So right now I would ask you to take no action. And next month, I'm relatively certain this case will be closed because we'll have a new lease. So I'd ask you to vote to take no action in this matter.
Motion to take no action.
Second.
Johnny, second.
Sorry.
Oliver, motion, second, Johnny May Weldon. All in favor to take no action, let it be known by aye.
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 Opposers? The ayes have it. It's unanimous.
And the last matter of active cases, 1876-25 One Glover Avenue, apartment 222. The landlord wants to increase rent from $2,993 a month to $3,172 a month. We've been actively negotiating this. Actually spoke to the landlord yesterday. He made us an offer that would satisfy the tenant. We did not have time to communicate that to the tenant. I would ask you to vote to take no action on it this month, but I think next month the case is going to go away as well.
Motion for no action.
Second.
Who? I didn't get the second.
Second.
Is that Peter?
Yeah, that's me.
Okay, it has been moved by Oliver and seconded by Halliday. All in favor to take no action, say aye.
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 Opposers? Unanimous passage. Thank you, Russell.
My
Our next
pleasure.
item will be our presentation of new cases.
Nothing new this month, but I'm sure we'll see something in the future.
Oh, yes.
Okay, praise God. Old business. New business.
I'm sorry. I do have a question under old business.
Okay.
There was a case that we heard involving Diana Ravales and her landlord. And she was telling me recently because I guess they had a problem in the building where there was no water. Forget hot water, there was no water. And there was no heat. And she was telling me that that she has an ongoing court case with this landlord extending from the Fair Rent Commission hearing that she had And she asked me if she doesn't get satisfaction from him, does she have any recourse of coming back to fair rent?
In the old case, unless it is retaliatory and he's done what he's supposed to do, which I think he did.
No, he hasn't done anything.
Well, so what's going to happen is, I know she has a civil case against him, and he actually sent her out a new request for rent increase. So I think we'll be seeing Ms. Revelos again for a fair rent complaint in the very near future. But she has to file.
So she will have to just file again.
Right. She should file. Correct.
Okay. And this all transpired that same weekend of the storm, where those people were down there with no heat and no water. They didn't even have running water in their units. And the health department has been involved, the police have been involved, and nobody was doing anything until she reached out to me. I sent a message to a group of people. Two of the people turned around and forwarded the message to the mayor. And that's when they got some action and got some of the people out of there and into a hotel.
I think, as I said, I think you're going to see. I think you're going to see.
Are failing people. Our agencies are failing people.
Well, I don't know if they're failing people. This has been extremely, extremely cold snap. And
but this man had the people in the building with no heat, period.
I understand.
And no water. No, you're not listening to me. Prior. See, this is why our agencies are all failing people, because people are giving them excuses and reasons. There's no excuse and there's no reason if you're a landlord that your tenants don't have running water. There's no reason for it.
I don't disagree with you.
Have minimal heat, have something coming out of those pipes.
You're right.
I'm the president of the board here in my condo association. I know in these cold snaps, the units are colder. Okay, I get the calls constantly. So I know what happens in these cold snaps. These people had zero heat.
Yeah, not acceptable, not lawful. That's where the police come in. That's where
and they did nothing.
Comes in.
And they did nothing.
I think the housing inspectors from the health department, they come out there. Whether they came out the day of or the day after, I'm not sure when they came out. They did go out there and they gave them a deadline for the landlord to provide heat and hot water. And if they didn't meet the deadline, they were going to be place them in a hotel room. And that's how they ended up in a hotel room.
I don't know. I just feel like our agencies are failing people. All right.
Well, they'll be all right when somebody dies. You see all them people in New York dying? They'll be all right.
Crazy.
They'll be okay.
Okay, to answer your question, Commissioner Alves, she can file again.
Yep.
Yeah, she can file again. But thank you for elaborating on us, letting us know all the ins and outs of that particular case. That was a hard case, and
it was.
We will see it again, I'm sure. Our next item is new business.
I have an announcement. I don't know if that's new business.
Sure.
Does it pertain to fair rent?
No.
Okay, well, just hold on. We'll get to your announcement. Where does the complaint withdrawal cases that we receive, where does that come in on our agenda?
So I didn't put them here because this is visible to everyone.
Oh, okay. So, I mean, we don't have to show it, but just mention, because it hasn't been mentioned.
So I added them to the email that I sent directly to all the commissioners. Our attachments.
Right.
I just don't.
We don't have to name who they are.
Exactly. I don't like to put it on the agenda because everyone can see this. It's public information, and there's private information on it.
But we do have 2 formal complaint withdrawals.
Yes, and they were attached to the email.
Yeah, okay. But I just want to make sure that we have that on record.
They're there.
Yeah. Okay. Now, for any announcements.
Yes. I just want you people to know that the Norwalk NAACP will be having a bingo with a twist on Saturday, March 21st, 2026. It'll start at 6 o'clock. It's at the community room We're in 11 Belden Avenue. So, and it's $50, 21 years and up. And we're gonna have a blast. So, you know, I just want everybody to know about the bingo with a twist. And we're gonna have a good time.
I'm sure that there'll be emails and posters coming out, Facebook.
Yeah,
and y'all
they're
watch
out,
that.
but I'll send you one. They're out. If you're interested, let me know, and I will send you something. But I guarantee you will have a good time.
All right. Are there any other announcements? Any other issues that we need to think about?
Oh, it's a whole lot of issues. Where you want to start?
Well, okay. Well, I'll entertain a motion for adjournment. Okay. Nobody's gonna make a motion to adjourn?
Oh, done.
Yeah, I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
Okay, Peter Holiday motions to adjourn, and Penn Williams seconds at 8:19. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Good night, everybody.
All right.
Have a
Good night.
wonderful
Good night.
month.
Stay
Fran,
warm.
thank
Be
you so much
Patriots.
for what you're doing, Fran.
Go
Thank you.
Thank you,
Patriots.
Johnny May. Thank you for the vote of confidence.
Yes.
Thank you, Fran.
Great job. Great
Take
job.
care,
Fran.
everybody. Stay warm. Bye.
All
Go
right.
Patriots.
Thanks,
Go
Carlos. I'm
Patriots.
sorry, Carlos. I just got
Go Seahawks.
I couldn't
Have a
get
good
to it.
night.
No. Go Patriots.
Good night.
Good night, everyone.
Good night,